Before coming in, you need to know what your goals are, what the outcome that you're seeking for. It's an environment where everything changes, where your parents and that sheltered environment that you grew up in completely gets transformed into free-for-all society, where you have friends and people from different cultures, from different points of views just there that you don't necessarily have to answer to, but at the same time, you don't have that person overlooking for your best interests. So the thing that you need to know is that you are responsible for yourself, is that the goals that you have personally, the goals that you set for whatever reason it is, whether it's to make your family proud, whether it's to make your country proud, you need to have the bigger picture in mind. And that picture that you have in mind, or that destiny that you want, or that path that you're trying to work towards, is going to help you deal with everything in the environment, whether it's chaos or whether it's completely harmonious. You need to know for yourself what you want.
What I wish I could share with incoming first years is definitely to take every opportunity that presents, but learn to say no. It was a lesson that took me a little bit of time. I wanted to do everything and be involved in everything and participate, and I loved it. For me, it was what I needed to do. But it is important as a woman to know how to respect yourself, respect your body, respect who you are, and learn to say no at every different aspect. If you cannot do an extra assignment, learn to say, I cannot take this up. Please allow an extension. If you cannot do a part of an activity or an involvement in an organization that you really are passionate, but you know that specific task, you have other priorities, learn to say, I cannot do it. Someone else will be there to fill in. And it took me a little bit of time, as I mentioned before, to learn that, but I learned it, and now I see life very differently. I see that, yes, I have a role, I have an opportunity to do things that I want to do for myself. And it is very important to prioritize who you are above everything. So it is good to be generous, it is good to do things, but be respectful with who you are.
I think one of the most important things that young women about to start their college experience should know is to remain true to themselves, to remain true to the values that were taught to him. I know it can sound controversial and paradoxical because I just said that I have to constantly choose between the values that were taught to me and the values that I am deciding to choose here, because I'm in a different environment, different culture. I'm offered to look at different perspectives. However, I think there are a few values and principles that should remain constant. They're like the backbones of like who I am, and I think any woman about to start your college experience, especially if you're about to live in a different culture, also the college culture in general is a different culture, need to identify those core values and to remain true to them. And really more importantly, to get out of your comfort zone. That's something I try to do all the time. Whenever I feel like I just got in my comfort zone, I get out of it. At some point, I think staying in my comfort zone will have to be the challenge somehow.
When you're trying to make new friends, and let's just say that friend group, they are asking you to participate in something that makes you feel kind of uncomfortable, have that voice to say no. Even if you want to make friends, say no, because if the situation is uncomfortable, I almost guarantee you that the friends who ask you to join them, they will down the road make you feel uncomfortable too. Is knowing what you feel on the inside and being able to stand up for what you believe in and what you feel about. Do not try to compensate for others' expectations, but really standing up for your own beliefs and values and being able to voice it, not just being able to feel it, to feel that I think this is wrong, but to be able to stand up and say, I do not think that we should do it this way, because what if there are other girls that feel the same way as you? And sometimes you just need that initiative, that fearlessness, and this is something that I feel every college girl should have. Mindfulness and fearlessness.
What they're going to be doing is not going to be easy, and that may be for the better. And when they're trying to do it and they're surrounded by others who they see as intimidating or they see as more knowledgeable or they see as more confident, that basically fake it till you make it, that put on that confidence, learn that confidence, do what you have to do to feel that confidence. And even when you don't feel that confidence, have someone or have something in yourself that reminds you that you have to be confident, and that you have to, if you're not confident, then you have to learn to be confident. Especially, I mean, I'm in a major that's full of guys that know a lot about power tools, and we're having to use power tools right now, and I don't know how to use a lot of them just because I've never gotten the chance to use them, and they've been growing up with them. And I was actually, today I was talking to one of my friends and I was like, I wish that I knew how to use all these power tools. He was like, you just have to be confident when you're using it. And I was like, but safety? He was like, it's not really, I mean, you know what you're doing. You just have to think logically about it and be confident about it and just go for it. And I feel like that puts a lot, that scares a lot of girls, and their initial reaction is just to say, no, I can't do that. But try for your initial reaction to be, yes, I can.
It's so, so, so important for you to believe in yourself, because if you don't believe in yourself, nobody will. And, you know, even if everybody is against you, honestly, it makes me want to do things more. When people are like, you can't do that, that's just not possible, how do you do that? I'm like, well, I did it. Watch me, I'm gonna go do it. So it makes me like almost fired up to go do things. So I think for, you know, young girls who are starting college, go after anything that you want. Don't let somebody tell you you can't do things, or, you know, you have to be less outgoing or be less bold. Just go do it.
Most of the Indian families, they're a little hesitant about sending their daughters, especially abroad. Like, I'm pretty sure it's changing, but that hesitancy is still there. I feel like girls should step up to their parents and let them know that they can adjust to this life totally different in a different country, and that they're very well qualified to be able to do this. I feel like they should take that stand and take that step. Even if they're worried or scared about moving to a totally different country, do it. It's so worth it. Do it, come here, and you will be so happy you made that choice. That's what I would say to all the girls back home.